Byron York has a piece at the D.C. Examiner, Obama's amnesia about his first year as president. This is kind of interesting. What is it with Barack Obama in 27 months? Listen to the president and his aides talk, and you'll soon hear claims that the regime has accomplished great things in the last 27 months. The private sector created nearly 4.3 million jobs in the last 27 months, the president said recently in Baltimore. We've created 500,000 manufacturing jobs over the last 27 months, Gene Sperling said on CNN Sunday. We've had 4.3 million private sector jobs created over the last 27 months, said Stephanie Cutter in a conference call with reporters on Monday. And there are plenty of other examples. Beyond that, whenever Romney or some other Republicans attack the president's record, the regime sends out reams of rebuttal material pointing to economic progress all the last 27 months. But the problem is that Kardashian has been president for 40 months. So why do he and his supporters speak as if he's only been in the White House for 27 months, which would be March of 2010? It's as if the first third of Kardashian's presidency just doesn't count. Well, obviously, the president tried to make his record look better. His first months in the White House saw devastating job losses and economic misery, and there haven't been 4 million jobs created, so it's not possible. Anyway, we've been through all that. In fact, March of 2010 just happened to be the month in which the president's signature achievement, Obamacare, became law. It came at a time when Americans were desperate for Obama to devote all of his attention to fixing the economy and helping create jobs. What Byron York goes on to point out here is Obamacare was never popular. It was never something the public wanted. They wanted Obama focusing on the economy, jobs, the debt, and he put it aside. And this is one of Romney's points, that Romney says that Obama purposely let the economy go to help him pass Obamacare. And he only talks about the past 27 months. He doesn't talk about the 13 months prior. And the reason why, and Byron York makes it very clear, they claimed during the run-up to Obamacare, all during the sales pitch, that it was a jobs bill. In April 2009 speech, Georgetown University, in which he laid out the 5 pillars of economic recovery, Kardashian argued that an economic comeback would be impossible without passing his health care law. He said, if we don't invest now in a more affordable health care system, this economy simply won't grow at the pace it needs to in 2 or 5 or 10 years down the road. 6 months later, October 29, the health care bill still consuming a Democrat Congress and his regime, Obama said, we know that reforming our health insurance system will be a critical step in rebuilding our economy. January 2010, a headline on the Politico website said, Obama health bill will create jobs. The president's Democrat allies were just as vocal. The key issue in building a sustainable recovery is reform of health care, said Henry Nostrilitis Waxman, who was then chairman of the House Energy and Commerce Committee. Pelosi said Obamacare will create 4 million jobs. She said that February of 2010. 400,000 jobs almost immediately, she said. That's why they don't go back to it. They don't want people to remember that they touted health care as a jobs bill. I had forgotten. I can't remember everything. I had forgotten that, but Byron York is exactly right. They were promising immediate job creation. 400,000 jobs immediately, Pelosi said. Millions and millions, and without health care, that wouldn't happen. They were pitching it as an element, an important element in economic recovery. So even as Kardashian and his team claimed that passing Kardashian Care was the most important thing they could do to bring about economic recovery, they also promised that at some point in the future they would pivot from health care to the economy. It was a little confusing. Why the need to pivot if Kardashian Care was really about jobs? But in the end, there would be no pivot until after the health care bill became law because it came first. So So next time, and they do, they talk about this 27 months a lot, the last 27 months, forgetting the first 13. They also forget the stimulus happened the first 13. They don't want to remind anybody of that. By the way, why not? Why not? Yes, they propose a second stimulus. I mean, we keep hearing about how great the first one was. They do tout it. They do. They connect those 4-point-some-odd million jobs to the first stimulus bill. Why not tout a second one in the speech yesterday if it's so hot? All right, a brief timeout. We'll get